inside of the city. I apologise for live streaming so late today, like compared to like sometimes I live stream this time anyway, but I've usually done like a miniature live stream or something before, so I apologise that this is the first live stream that you're actually seeing from me tonight. But basically I've had a bit more of a busier day today, and when I got back I just kind of needed that little bit of time to sort of chillax, and then my program started, and then I just, you know, talking and playing a bit of music and, you know, just relaxing. And now it's got a bit later at night, I kind of feel ready to do a little live stream, because I still like to give you guys a live stream. Just, you know, if I have a bit of a busier day, it's sometimes easier for me to just have a little chillax first. Plus, even though I was done for the day, there was just still some things I had to go through. So I'm back and ready to live stream now, and hopefully nothing's gonna distract me, you know, for a while at the moment. So hopefully we're like pretty good to go and do this, like you know, do this live streaming thing. So should be. Oh, I get why that was like that then. Apart from now I've just gone and broke a load of carpets. Sugar, silly me. My stupid fault was that, but it's okay. We'll just go ahead and put that back like nothing happened. So I've actually got some pretty decent news for you regarding the city. Now this is something I didn't know till last night, when I actually realised something in the map, which was actually. It was kind of like surprising, but in a way it was kind of disappointing / exciting. Now the reason why it's like disappointing is because it's something that's like I didn't expect to come just yet, so that means like I'm a lot further on than I thought, which means like we're getting closer, which is kind of good but bad, because like we're getting closer to the like sort of completion of the city, if you like there's still a lot of stuff we need to do, but in terms of like actually constructing the main outside of the city, we're a lot closer on than you think. A lot closer on now. Now don't get me wrong, there's going to be like probably obviously another year or so, like depending this map goes smooth and I don't end up having to start again or anything like that. But I realised yesterday that we were actually closer to the sea than I thought. Now the reason like what made me trigger this is because I basically teleported to Ant, who was at the sea. He was checking something out on one of the boats, and I flew back from the city, like from the sea to the city. But when I got back to the city, I thought that I got back to the city too quick. Like I thought, like surely I can't have got back here that quick. And it actually turns out that if you're on this point of the city, like this where I am now, which is just past, which is just past these houses here, you're actually closer to the sea than we think. Now the reason why you're not so much that close here is because not much of the city goes any further on than this point, whereas like you've got these houses what go further back, and then you've got this little like miniature arena plan, which might not stay, but there again it might. But basically just past here there's a little village just a little bit up here, not too far. It might seem further because some chunks haven't loaded in yet, but literally just there's a little river, a little village rather, and just past this village you only have to go a tidgy bit and then a little jet spawns in. So a little jet spawns in there and there's the sea just there. So if we come like near this village, like roughly to about here, you can obviously still see the sea, you can still see the jet. Now if you come here you can still see the sea, but you can only just see the sea, bearing in mind if you turn a little bit that way. But bearing in mind if you also turn a bit that way, if you look just in the corner, very corner, like literally right near where the comments are displayed and the on air and the microphone icon, you can just see a bit of the stadium. Like you can literally just see a teeny miniature bit of the stadium. So basically what that basically means is that we're actually closer to the sea than you think, and we're actually going to be even closer when you actually think about things, because this is just the sea. So this is going to be the beach. So obviously at the beach you're actually going to have sand, and if you look at a real beach, then sand is actually a lot more the sand is quite big, as in, like, for example, you can actually end up having like sand go maybe like quite a decent amount-ish back. Like this here for sand, this wouldn't be long enough for an actual technical beach. So we're going to have to come somewhere about here with the sand, which is roughly about here is where I roughly would like the sand to end. Then you've got to have a fence and like a way to get off of the beach back on to the footpath. Then I want to have like probably like 2 lanes or something like that. Then I would more than likely like to have a tram line, what maybe necessarily like runs down the seafront backwards and forwards. So by the time you basically get the 2 lanes, the tram line, the 2-laned or 3-laned road, whatever it's going to be, then to the footpath at this side, you're actually going to be pretty closer than we all actually think. So that's not actually a bad thing. That's actually kind of a good thing, because I didn't really have like too much plan. Like the shopping area can only go so big before you obviously start repeating yourself with obviously like what you're going to be building and things like that, you know. And obviously we can extend the housing area, that sort of thing, and we can also like transition to some other bits. Like there's the high school look, not high school but primary school, which I would like to obviously take down at some point if it doesn't get finished. You know, like it looks nice, but I'm all about progression in this city at the moment. Like for example, like sometimes I'll leave a building if there's like maybe just like a roof to fill in, but I don't like leaving like just like blueprints to buildings or half-built things, for example. I'd rather just like get them more completed now, like especially just on the outside. So basically, like, we're actually a lot more closer to this like seaside area than you think. So there's a few plans I would like to mark out today towards going towards the seaside, because we're not going to be all that long. So basically, like, I just want to mark out some sort of like, I guess you would call it sort of like some miniature plans, nothing too huge and drastic in like actually starting the seaside, but something which would maybe necessarily get us ready. For example, I want to start like marking out the actual like sand for the beach. So far I'm not gonna do like loads of it, because I'm only gonna dedicate it to sort of like the area where we're probably going to end up starting the seaside when we actually get the roads obviously coming down here. But the reason why it's kind of disappointing is, it's not like massively disappointing, but it's kind of disappointing in a way, because like we're already at the seaside in the map. Like it's cool to have a massive, like, huge map, but I kind of like, because I really enjoy building on this map. Like I like hugely enjoy building on this map, like completely 100% love building on this map. And it will be disappointing when it's done, because when it's done it's going to be kind of like, wow, we're done. Like kind of, what do I do now kind of thing. Like the kind of thing about like losing a city and never completing